Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I want to share one of my best indicators that I have ever created with you. It's called Neo Pro. You can see it here on my chart, and basically I have created this indicator a while ago, like 3 or 4 months ago, and since there I was testing the indicator on my own account, and since it proved to be really effective, I wanted just to share with you this indicator as well. So let's talk about Neo Pro first. As you could have guessed based on this backtest here, it is a support and resistance indicator that simply identifies the support and resistance zones, then waits for a price to bounce off either of those zones, and when it does bounce off, then it creates either buy or sell signal. In the process of developing and testing this indicator, the first version didn't have the trend filter that you can see like by the candlesticks. So basically if the candlesticks is green, then it means that the trend is up, and when the candlestick is red, then it means that there's a trend down. So the first version of Neo Pro didn't have this trend indicator, and it still worked fine, but yeah, there was a lot of false signals basically, and therefore I tried different approaches to filtering out those fake outs, and this trend filter came out to be the best one basically. So I've created like a set of rules that you can follow in order to get the best out of the Neo Pro. The rules are very simple and they are as follow. So basically you want to firstly wait for a signal either down or up. So the arrow that points downwards is for sell signal, and the arrow that points upwards is for buy signal. And once this signal appears, you want a confirmation. The confirmation comes in a way of the trend filter. So I think it's pretty clear that you want to open sell positions in a downward trend and buy position in an upward trend. So the rules are as follow. Price goes into the zone, then it bounces off that zone, the arrow appears, you check the trend. If the trend is the same, you either buy or sell. So we can like go over some signals that the Neo Pro generated right here, and we can talk about what we would have done there. Uh, Also, I forgot to mention, basically the signal is triggered once the price goes either above or below this moving average line, and these lines right here represent take profit and stop loss, so you can also like check whether it would be a losing or winning trade. So let's check some of the signals. So we can start for example right here. Okay, so at this point you can see that we still have this massive support zone which started back here and hit. This is the first touch, second touch, third touch and fourth touch. Okay, and the Neo Pro was able to find this support zone, and then it waited for a price to go into the support zone, which does right here, and then it bounces off. And yeah, at this point with the arrow which indicates buying opportunity, it tells us to buy, and this signal is confirmed by the green candlestick that we can see here, which also tell us that we are in a uptrend basically. And yeah, this would be profitable. Let's continue. So here then we receive a sell position. Basically there was a resistance zone before this support zone here, and the price went there, bounced off that, and here would be our selling position, which would also be profitable, as you can see with this take profit right here. Then we continue. We have another bounce of this support zone. We have this buy arrow. We wouldn't open buy position at this point because we are in a downward trend, so we would either ignore this signal completely, or we would wait for trend to change. So basically we could enter a position right here, or we could like wait for a trend to appear, then wait for a pullback, and then enter somewhere here. So that's also how you can use it. If we continue, here is another signal. Basically there was a resistance zone before this support zone, so the price went down there, then it bounced off, and this is our take profit, which would be hit. Another signal, this is buy signal here, so basically yeah, the same thing happened. There's this there's this support zone, the price went into the support zone, bounced off that, and we are receiving a clear, beautiful signal right here. Perfect. So this is next signal that we would receive. This would be also profitable, but by a small margin, really. Yeah. Next signal is right here, also profitable. And now we are getting to the important stuff at this point, basically. So here we are opening sell position, which would be profitable, and then we would receive the next sell position right here, which we wouldn't act upon since the trend is upwards. Okay, so then we have our next buy position. Okay, there would be a losing position, or it wouldn't be, because we would open here, our stop loss is down below, and we would wait for the price to go back here and then pull back, basically, and we would close the position at this point. So then we switch to the selling side. So this is not a valid entry since there's this green candlestick, but we would wait for a next pullback, next bounce off, so we would enter sell position right here, and we could go all the way down. So yeah, this is basically how it works. If I resume the tester, you can see that each of these zones have number to it, basically, and it tells you how the zone is strong. So this can serve a purpose of additional filter. Basically, if you receive a signal from a zone with number of, for example, 4, so for example here, it's more reliable, so then you go all the way down here, then if you would have like get a signal from zone with number 2, for example, 2 1. Okay, so that's an additional feature to this. And yeah, so this is how it looks like in real trading. So next winning position, we wouldn't take this signal, we wouldn't take this signal as well. Okay, so this would be our losing position right here, but that's okay. Another winning position, another winning position, another winning position right here. So yeah, this is just beautiful. So it's also good to mention that NeoPro works on every symbol. If you want to use it on gold, you can. If you want to use it on crypto, you can. If you want to use it on forex, you can. It works on everything, and also it works on every time frame. So for example, if I switch to, let's say, 1 minute time frame, which I wouldn't recommend to do, but just like to demonstrate, it works exactly the same. You have your support zone, your resistance zones, and you have your trend filter, and you have your signals. So for example, here we are selling, here we are buying, another buy position, sell position right here, and just by looking at this, you can also see that this is very profitable. Okay, so selling here, buying here, beautiful, just beautiful. Okay, so it works on everything. uh, if you are interested in this indicator, in the description of this video you can find a link to my website, and on that website you can like check out how to get this indicator, and also you have a lot of free indicators in there, so go definitely check it out. If you are only interested in seeing how the Neo Pro works and you don't want to go in depth of this indicator, you can leave the video here. And for those of you who are interested in the settings of this indicator, in knowing how you can use it in different ways, please continue watching. Okay, so this being said, I will go into the inputs menu and I will explain what's happening. So basically if we start at the top of here, so the general settings, basically you can select if you want to look for support and resistance zones. So for example, if I only want to look for support zones, I can set this to false, and I will only have support zones. Okay, and vice versa. Then the support color and resistance color. So these are the colors like for the zones. So if you don't like the initial color, you can change it here. Nothing fancy. So now zigzag settings. So basically I will show you on the screen how the Neo Pro looks for the zones. Basically it looks for peaks of the zigzag indicator, and then it is able to tell if they are close to each other, and if they are close to each other, then it's a zone. If it's not, then it's not a zone. And here in the settings, basically you can change the settings for the zigzag, because zigzag indicator takes 3 parameters, and you can change those values in here. Then search algorithm settings. So analysis period stands for, or it tells the Neo Pro how many zigzag points it should analyze. So if you set it to 50, then it looks over the last 50 zigzag peaks and bottoms, and it searches for the zones between those points. Minimum initial distance multiplier, minimum zone distance multiplier, and max width coefficient is something that applies to the size of the zones, basically. So if I want larger zones, what I can do is that I can set this to 10, and then when I click on this, you can see that the zones are really wide. Okay. If you want more precision with the indicator, you can set this to something like 2.5, and then you will be able to see that it has very precise points only. Okay, so this is what it does basically, and then also beautiful, just beautiful signals here. My minimum and minimum zone distance and minimum initial distance, these are basically the settings for the initial distance when the zone is created, the distance between the current price and the zone. Because what you don't want to see is that, for example, if you focus here, you can see that these points are close to each other. So here would be your support zone, but it's too close to the current price. Okay, and that's because the Neo Pro wouldn't create this zone because it's too close, and these settings are basically for choosing that distance. Entry settings, so here you can change the period for the entry line. So for example, if you want less entries, you can set it to 50, and you can see that the line changes its period to 50 basically. Okay, then you like get different type of signals. So you can change this entry line period, and with every change you will receive different settings, so you can like test it out and see what works the best. So here, buy position, sell position, buy position, sell position, sell position. So for example, this setting work really well. For example, this signal right here, this is just a beauty for me. This is just a beauty. And yeah, so this is it. Now for the trend settings. So basically, those candlesticks, they were either red or green, and this is based on the trend indicator. And the trend indicator can have different settings. So for example, if you want to have like more long-term trend, what you can do is that you can change the trend coefficient to something like 5, and then when you click on this, you can see that it is able like to find a very good trends. Okay, if you like check this, beautiful uptrend, beautiful downtrend, and this indicator is able to do it. And if you want like a short-term trend, you can change this to 1, for example, and then when you click on start, you can see that the trend changes more quickly. Okay, so this is also something that you can like that you can change in this, and also it will lead to different results. So for example, here, beautiful sell, beautiful buy. Yeah, so there's a lot of options with this: buy, sell, perfect. And yeah, that's basically it. Then we have the take profit and stop loss points. So you could have seen on the chart that there are lines with each of the signals that basically stand for take profit and stop loss points, and you can change it here. So for example, if you want 1-to-1 ratio, you can set it to 500 and 500. So if I receive a signal, let's wait for the first signal to appear. Okay, let's speed this up. So this is our first signal, yeah, and then we can check that this is 500 points and this is also 500 points. So it shows you the targets, and you can like try different targets. You can change those settings. So for example, in this point, all of these long positions would be winning one, okay, because here we are winning. So yeah, so those are the settings. Now the important thing with Neo Pro is just to have fun with it, basically, because it has so many possibilities that you can unravel with it, that is just crazy. With changing the zigzag period, with changing the analysis period, with changing the trend period, with trying different settings, you can like really get crazy good results. Yeah, so I guess this is it for this video. I just wanted to share with you this indicator. Once again, if you are interested in this indicator, go check out my website in the description of this video. And also, besides this indicator, this Neo Pro indicator, there's a lot of free stuff there. So if you want some high quality free indicators, that's the place you should go. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.